Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another NBA 2K20 demo build video. Today, as you can see, we got Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, one of the most versatile big men in the NBA today, if not in NBA history. Now, making his build on NBA 2K20 is not the easiest thing to do, but I think we found a build that plays relatively close to him. So drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and let's get right into this. So a lot of people seem to be just fixated on that player comparison screen that 2K gives you. I'm not a believer in it because look at this build right here. If you want to create Anthony Davis on the player comparison, anytime I upgraded post moves, it would not give me Anthony Davis. As you can see, the defense is up, the shooting is up, and a couple of the finishing is up. I have a 30 post offense or post moves, whatever it's called, okay? Rim protector takeover, and as you can see, it gives you a pure glass cleaner build, and they call it player comparison Anthony Davis. Nope, quit app. I'm not having that. I'm gonna show you a real Anthony Davis build, not a BS NBA 2K20 player comparison Anthony Davis. Okay, so the first thing, Anthony Davis. Now, like I said, he's one of the most versatile players in the NBA, if not in NBA history. He's difficult to make. He does play power forward. He does play center at times. He kind of flip-flops between the 4 and the 5. He prefers to play the 4. He has said it multiple times. But in 2K20, a center gets more defensive and rebounding badges than a power forward. A power forward gets a few more shooting badges, but the center gets more defensive rebounding. So we're going to go with the center, but don't worry. We're going to adjust some things and make it just like AD. So this is where it gets tough, the pie chart. Obviously, defense and rebounding has to be primary. We're going to go with the shooting as the other primary. I mean, you can't get it perfect. I just feel like it's the closest you're going to get because the driving stuff is still pretty high because the defense gives you some athleticism in terms of the finishing. So check this out. Upgrade everything on defense, but we're going to leave the steal down, but max everything else out. Check this out. Defensively, AD is a monster, okay? I think we can all agree on that. One of his best attributes is the fact that he can guard bigs. He can switch onto the guard and guard them, and he can even, in the pick and roll, a lot of times he can guard the ball handler and the roller at the same time. You see we get a nice snatch block here in the first quarter of this game. A snatch block without takeover, I guess, this year is possible. I'm 99% sure last year you had to have rim protector takeover activated to get a snatch block, but apparently this year you don't have to because as you can see, we just got one without having our takeover activated. But check this out. Lateral quickness goes all the way up, and then we're going to turn down perimeter defense just a couple ticks so that we still get 22 defensive badges, but we get a few more upgrades. Now, we're going to max out post offense. I know it's not super high, but listen, AD can score in the post. The fact that to get an AD comparison, I couldn't upgrade post moves. I tried like 6 times, and every single time I upgraded post moves, I couldn't get AD. So, listen, he's a good post player. I'm not saying he's a Tim Duncan or a Kevin McHale or Hakeem Olajuwon, but he can score in the post. I mean, there's like 30-minute montages on YouTube of AD cooking people in the post. I think his face-up game in the post is really good. He's got a little fade in him, so we're gonna upgrade that post fade. As you can see here, again, like I said, AD, he'll get it in the post and face you up, and then take you off the dribble, back you down, go to the mid-range. He's really versatile. As you can see, we're using the jab step here, drive in. We're gonna go to the nice little post fade, shoot it over the defender, and get a green. I think that's pretty AD-like, okay? So definitely upgrade the post moves and that post fade. Next, we're going to upgrade the three-pointer and the mid-range all the way, and then we're going to go back to post fades, turn it down a little bit so that we still have 10 shooting badges, okay? You still have a decent enough post fade you can hit, but we need some more attributes to put this driving stuff up because, I mean, AD's a beast around the basket too, so we got to upgrade some of this, you know, standing dunk, driving dunk, close shot, driving layup a little bit, those types of things because he is a beast inside. Now, we get 5 finishing, 10 shooting, 1 playmaking, 22 defensive. It's not perfect, but it's as close to AD as you're going to get. I'm going to be honest with you. He's so versatile, you're not going to be able to get it perfect, but performance-wise, this felt pretty close, okay? Now, you could go compact or defined. I'm going to go defined just because I feel like it, you know, makes his shoulders a little wider. Now, AD's more around the 6'11", 7-foot range if we're being honest, but because it's 2K20 and height really impacts your stats, we're going to go down to 6'10". And I'm going to be honest, you're still going to feel pretty damn big because a lot of people are making smaller players from what I've seen. Now, for the weight, obviously you play with it how you want. I want to keep an 80 strength. at least, right? So I'm playing with it here. Looks like I'm gonna set on 239. I get an 81 strength and a 62 XL, 61. You know, it's pretty balanced on the physicals, okay? Wingspan, I want to show you something. Wingspan affects your takeover a lot, okay? On certain builds, the wingspan will affect whether you can get post scorer takeover or not. Here, the wingspan affects whether you can get sharpshooter takeover or not. So if you want to go lower on the wingspan, you could get sharp takeover, but this is Anthony Davis. I'm gonna be honest with you, his wingspan is crazy. We gotta go max wingspan. So it's a choice between glass or rim protector. I'm gonna go with rim protector all day over the glass cleaner takeover. I just feel like rim protector takeover is better, and it fits 80's game more than the glass cleaner takeover. Okay, so that's the build we're rocking with for Anthony Davis. Now, like I told you, this is a glass cleaning lockdown, and you don't get Anthony Davis comparison. Now, I tried like 6 times, and anytime I upgraded the post moves, I couldn't get AD. Like I said, I'd rather go with this build than that other one that's a pure glass cleaner, and they're calling it Anthony Davis. Okay, so into the badges: contact finisher gold, lob city finisher silver. You should have more finishing badges for an AD build, I'm not gonna lie, but it's just not possible with the builder this year to really create a versatile player like Anthony Davis is really hard. But honestly, he still felt like pretty solid around the basket finishing. I mean, it would have been nice to be able to put down, you know, back down punisher and drop stepper up, but just not possible. We don't have enough badges. Now, shooting badges, deep fades on gold. Okay, this is obviously gonna help you in the post a lot. This is one of those badges we're gonna have to see how it plays out in the park, but I have a feeling it could be really overpowered. Now, our post moves aren't really high, but we put on quick first step badge to help us in those face-up situations, and by using that, we can kind of get opponents out of position. We can go to, you know, the fadeaway out of it, the mid-range shot out of it, and we have all the shooting badges we could possibly need. As you can see, Deadeye silver and then deep fades gold up in the top right corner. So those 2 badges are really going to help your post game because you could go to that fadeaway at any time. Now, the other shooting badges we went with was range extender on silver, catch and shoot on silver, and pick and popper on bronze. Now, obviously as you upgrade this player in the park or whatever, if you make them, you're gonna get more badge upgrades. According to 2K, you'll get more badge upgrades, so you'll be able to make some of these even better. But I just want to show you something. Obviously, it's the demo and the difficulty's not that high, but if I'm hitting this with a 73 pointer and silver shooting badges, like, that's a terrible release, and it's contested, and that went in. Like I said, I know it's the demo and it's like pro difficulty or whatever, but I don't know. If that's going in, then Jesus Christ. Now, playmaking badges, we decided to go bronze quick first step for those face-up situations. Like I said, I mean, you could use the quick first step to beat bigger players because you're probably not going to bully them in the post with this build, but you're big enough that when you have a smaller player on you, you could take them down there and bully them. So it's kind of like use your strength against the smaller players and use your speed against the bigger players. As you can see, we use our first step, use the screen to get by Willie Cauley-Stein. Now we got Klay Thompson on us, so we take him deep down into the post, go to a little hook or layup, whatever you want to call it, and end up getting the green over him. So definitely look to bully the smaller players and then use your quickness on the bigger players with this build. Kind of like AD in real life, you know what I mean? So you could use that wherever you want. If you want to put it on post spin technician instead of quick first step, but I think quick first step is a really good badge. Last but not least, the most important badge is the defensive badges. Rim Protector Hall of Fame. As you can see, we got snatch blocks. We got a bunch of other blocks. The defense on this build is really good, especially because the athleticism is so balanced. You know, compared to other big men who have like a 30 speed, you know, your speed's in the 60s. You're twice as fast, twice as quick, twice as good a vert, and you're still long, tall. It's, you know, it's really versatile, just like Anthony Davis. The other badges you can see, a bunch of gold badges, silver clamps for the perimeter, and then bronze defensive leader just to help your teammates out on defense. But I mean, that intimidator is really good defensive badge. Gold post lockdown, and then you got your rebounding badges like box and rebound chaser, and then you got your gold brick wall. Brick wall this year is super overpowered. They're actually thinking about nerfing it. It's so good. Throw on that Anthony Davis jump shot and you're good to go. Now, as I said in the beginning of the video, if you're one of those people that are really into the player comparison and you want 2K to say that your player is similar to another player, then go ahead, by all means, make that first, you know, pure glass cleaner build that I showed you that they say is an Anthony Davis build. But if you really want to play like Anthony Davis, in my opinion, this build is much more like AD. Look, you get the block, run down the other end, go to the Euro step, finish amongst contact. I mean, to me, this feels much more like an Anthony Davis build than a pure glass cleaner. The defense is crazy. You know, your movement is really good. You got the max wingspan. Offensively, you could shoot, go in the post, shoot the fades. Feels really good, man. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. I'm out. Peace.